Everything you have or don't have is a direct result of your focus. Your bank account, a reflection of your priorities. Your physique, a result of your discipline. Your success, a product of what you give your attention to. You are exactly where you deserve to be because your focus or lack of it put you here. Most people are zombies, mindlessly scrolling, watching garbage, playing pointless games, chasing quick dopamine hits. They wonder why they're broke, lost, and depressed. You think you're unlucky? No, you're unfocused. Focus is the most powerful weapon you have, but instead of using it to build your empire, you waste it on distractions. The world is designed to steal your attention, to keep you weak, lazy, and controllable. The Matrix loves a distracted man because he's powerless. But a man who can focus, he's unstoppable. Every man is given the same 24 hours, the same chance to direct his mind towards his goals. Yet the majority choose to waste it on nonsense. The truth is, nobody is coming to force you to focus. Nobody is going to grab you by the shoulders and shake you awake. It has to come from within. And right now, if you're not where you want to be in life, it's because you've allowed your attention to be hijacked by things that do nothing to move you forward. Every distraction you indulge in is stealing time from your future. Every minute you spend watching useless videos, gossiping about other people's lives, or scrolling through nonsense is a minute you could have spent becoming stronger, smarter, richer. You say you want success, but your actions prove otherwise. There is no shortcut. You have to learn to control your mind, because if you don't, someone else will. Every powerful man in history had the ability to block out distractions and focus entirely on what mattered. They weren't superhuman. They simply mastered the skill of directing their energy toward their purpose. You have to develop the same level of discipline. If you want something badly enough, you have to become obsessed with it. You have to live and breathe it. You have to be willing to ignore everything that doesn't serve your mission. And that's the problem with most men today. They're too comfortable being average. They claim they want success, yet they lack the discipline to control what they give their attention to. A weak mind is a distracted mind, and a distracted mind achieves nothing. When was the last time you sat down with a goal and gave it your undivided attention? No phone, no distractions, just pure focus on executing the task at hand. Most people can't even sit in silence for 10 minutes without feeling the urge to check their phone, and they wonder why they're stuck in mediocrity. If you don't have control over your focus, you don't have control over your future. Everything you do is shaping the life you will live, and every wasted second is a moment you'll never get back. The truth is, your life is the sum total of the small choices you make every day. If you waste time, you're building a future of regret. If you focus, you're building a future of power. Success doesn't require talent, luck, or some magical advantage. It requires one thing: complete and absolute focus on what you want to achieve. The ability to sit down, shut out the noise, and put in the work without distraction. The problem is, most men are addicted to distractions. They let the world dictate their attention instead of taking control of it themselves. A man who can't control his own focus will never control his own destiny. That's why so many people go through life feeling lost. They never train their mind to stay locked onto a target. They drift from one thing to another, never making real progress, never committing fully to anything. And then they wonder why success never comes. It's not because they weren't capable, it's because they never focused long enough to see results. If you're struggling right now, if you feel stuck, if you're frustrated with where you are in life, the answer isn't some complicated secret. It's focus. It's looking at your daily habits and asking yourself, are my actions aligned with the future I want? If not, change them. If your phone is killing your productivity, put it in another room. If your environment is full of distractions, remove them. If the people around you are wasting your time, cut them off. You are either in control of your focus or you're being controlled by your distractions. There is no in between. People love to make excuses. I just don't have time. That's a lie. You have the same 24 hours as the most successful men in the world. The difference is they use their time wisely while you waste it. I can't focus. No, you just conditioned your mind to seek instant gratification instead of delayed success. I'm not motivated. Motivation is a lie. Discipline is what gets things done. Focus is what separates the winners from the losers. And right now you have a choice. Stay distracted, stay weak, stay where you are, or take control of your mind, cut out the nonsense, and build the life you claim you want. You will never get to the next level by doing the same things that keep you average. It's time to take responsibility for your focus. Stop letting the world steal your attention. Stop feeding distractions. Stop waiting for something to magically change. You already have everything you need. The only thing missing is your ability to lock in, eliminate excuses, and execute. The moment you truly commit to mastering your focus is the moment your entire life shifts. But it's up to you. No one is coming to save you. It's either focus or failure. The choice is yours. There was a time when I wasn't the man you see today. A time when I wasn't rich, powerful, or respected. I wasn't some chosen one, gifted with superhuman abilities. I was just another guy trying to figure it out. But here's what set me apart from every other man who's still stuck in the same cycle of failure. I mastered my focus. I realized that my mind, my time, my energy were all currencies, and I refused to waste them on anything that didn't push me toward my goals. Most people never escape mediocrity because they never learn how to direct their focus. They tell themselves they'll change, they'll start working hard, they'll become disciplined, yet every time an opportunity presents itself, they let distractions pull them back into their old ways. The reason people stay broke isn't because they lack potential, it's because they lack focus. They spend their days complaining about their circumstances instead of taking control of them, and that was almost me. I remember standing in front of the mirror, staring at a version of myself I hated. I was frustrated, broke, and tired of watching other men succeed while I sat on the sidelines. I had two choices: keep living like a failure or become obsessed with improvement. I chose obsession. I cut out everything that wasn't helping me win. Every minute I spent watching TV, every conversation with a useless person, every second wasted on things that didn't matter, I cut it all. And the results came fast, because success isn't about luck, it's about alignment. The moment you align your actions with your goals, the universe starts working in your favor. The problem is, most people don't want to pay that price. They want success, but they refuse to sacrifice distractions. They want money, but they spend hours scrolling through social media, wasting their focus on garbage that doesn't make them stronger, richer, or smarter, and then they wonder why their life never changes. I see men every day who claim they want to be successful, yet they let weakness and distraction dominate their life. They have a goal, but the second it gets hard, they turn to their phone, video game, or some other nonsense to escape reality. That's not ambition, that's self-sabotage. If you can't sit in silence and focus on your goals without feeling the urge to distract yourself, you will never be successful. That's the difference between winners and losers. Winners control their focus. Losers let the world control it for them. The harsh truth is, life is designed to keep you weak. Everywhere you look, there's something trying to steal your focus. Entertainment, social media, mindless distractions. Why? Because a man who can't focus is a man who can't build power. The Matrix doesn't want you to be focused, because a focused man is dangerous. A focused man can change his life. A focused man can't be controlled. But here's what most people never realize. You have full control over what you give your attention to. Nobody is forcing you to waste your time. Nobody is making you stay distracted. You choose that, and because you choose that, you also have the power to change it. The second you decide to take back control of your focus, your entire life shifts. That's what happened to me. I started waking up earlier. I stopped surrounding myself with losers. I eliminated everything that wasn't moving me forward. I trained my mind to resist distractions, and I replaced every wasted hour with productive action. At first it was difficult. Discipline is painful, but regret is worse. Every time I wanted to take a break, every time I felt the pull of laziness, I reminded myself that success wasn't optional. And because I stayed locked in, because I refused to let my focus be hijacked, I built the life I have today. Now look at your own life. Be honest with yourself. Are you really focused? Or are you just pretending? Your reality is the sum total of what you've given your focus to. If you don't like your life, change your focus. It's not complicated. If you spend all your time on distractions, you'll have nothing to show for it. If you dedicate your time to growth, success is inevitable. Some of you will hear this and actually do something about it. You'll look at your habits, your routines, your mindset, and you'll start cutting out the nonsense that's keeping you weak. But most of you won't. You'll agree with everything I've said, and then you'll go right back to your distractions. And that's why only a small percentage of men ever win. The ones who win aren't the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones who master their focus and never let anything break it. The question is, which one will you be? The man who stays distracted and weak, or the man who locks in, stays obsessed, and builds a life worth living? The choice is yours. Most people don't understand what's at stake. They think their lack of focus is just some bad habit, something they can fix later. But that's a lie they tell themselves to stay comfortable. Every second you spend distracted is a second stolen from your future. Every time you let yourself get pulled into nonsense, mindless entertainment, pointless arguments, distractions designed to weaken you, you are actively choosing failure. The world is built to keep you weak. You think these distractions are harmless? You think it's just social media, just a little entertainment, just a quick escape? No, it's a weapon. A focused man is powerful, but a distracted man is easy to control. That's why they flood you with meaningless content, endless notifications, constant noise, so you never have the clarity to realize how much of your life is being stolen from you. If they can control your attention, they can control your entire existence. And that's exactly what they're doing. Most people will never reach your potential, and it's not because you're not smart enough or strong enough. It's because you refuse to take control of your focus. A man who can't master his own mind will never master his reality. You think success is about talent, luck, or some secret formula? No, it's about obsession. It's about locking in so completely that nothing, not boredom, not distractions, not even your own excuses can break you. The men who win in life are the ones who refuse to let their focus be stolen. Look at your life right now. Look at the results you have. If you're not where you want to be, it's your fault. Your life is a direct reflection of what you've chosen to focus on. You want to be rich, but you spend hours consuming garbage instead of studying how to make money. You want to be strong, but you waste time scrolling through nonsense instead of hitting the gym. You want to be respected, but you invest your energy into things that don't matter instead of building real power. Then you complain when nothing changes. How can you expect success when you don't even have the discipline to control what you give your attention to? Here's the truth. Everything is a choice. You are either choosing to be focused or choosing to be weak. There is no in between. Every time you open your phone to mindlessly scroll, every time you waste hours watching some meaningless TV show, every time you allow your focus to drift to things that don't serve you, you are making a decision to stay exactly where you are. And that decision has consequences. The life you're living today is the result of every moment you've wasted in the past. If you don't like your reality, then you need to change what you focus on immediately. The real reason most men never escape mediocrity is because they don't feel urgency. They tell themselves they have time, that they'll figure it out eventually. That's a lie. Every day wasted is a day you'll never get back. Every moment spent on distractions is a step further from the life you could have had. Do you think the most powerful men in the world waste time on nonsense? Do you think they allow their focus to be hijacked by weak impulses? No, they control their minds. They understand that focus is their greatest weapon, and they guard it with everything they have. Ask yourself right now, who is controlling your focus? Is it you, or is it someone else? Are you directing your mind toward your goals, or are you allowing yourself to be manipulated into wasting your life? If you're not actively controlling what you focus on, then you are being controlled. That's not an opinion, that's reality. But here's the good news, you can take back control. The second you decide that your focus is yours and yours alone, you become dangerous. The moment you eliminate distractions, cut out everything that weakens you, and channel all your energy into your mission, you become unstoppable. And the best part, it happens instantly. The minute you make the decision to take full ownership of your focus, your entire world starts shifting. Opportunities appear, progress accelerates, success becomes inevitable. But you have to make the choice. You can either stay distracted, stay weak, stay stuck in the same miserable cycle, or you can wake up, take control, and start building the life you were meant to have. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to force you to focus. It's on you. Either you master your focus, or your focus will be mastered for you. And if you allow that to happen, you will live a life of regret, watching other men achieve everything you once dreamed of while you sit there knowing you could have had it too, but you were too distracted to make it happen. That's the reality. And the question is, what are you going to do about it? The world doesn't want you to be focused, because a focused man is dangerous. He cannot be controlled, manipulated, or broken. He sees through the lies, through the distractions, through the nonsense designed to keep him weak. A man who has mastered his focus becomes a force of nature, relentless, unshakable, and completely untouchable. That's why they want you distracted. That's why they keep feeding you entertainment, controversy, and addiction. Because the second you lock in, you become unstoppable. Think about your life. Think about every goal you've ever had. What stopped you from achieving it? Was it lack of ability? No. Lack of intelligence? No. It was lack of focus. You started strong, but you allowed yourself to be pulled away. Something more comfortable, more entertaining, more immediately satisfying stole your attention, and you let it. That's the difference between the men who win and the men who lose. The winners refuse to break focus. Discipline is simply the ability to focus on what matters regardless of how you feel. The weak let their focus waver every time they're tired, every time they're bored, every time they don't feel like it. The strong don't care. They lock in and they stay locked in. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait until they're in the mood. They execute every single day. That's why they win. That's why they're rich, powerful, and respected, because they mastered the one thing that separates the elite from the average, the ability to control their own minds. Most men fail because they think success is about effort alone. It's not. You can work hard all day, but if your focus is scattered, you're going nowhere. A man who focuses intensely for 5 years will outwork a man who half focuses for 50. The secret isn't just working, it's working with complete, obsessive, undistracted intensity. The kind of focus that makes people think you're insane. The kind of focus that makes failure impossible. But the truth is, most of you will never achieve that level of focus because you're still making excuses. You say you want success, but do your actions prove it? You claim you want to be rich, but you spend hours every day on entertainment instead of learning how to build wealth. You say you want to be strong, but you skip the gym whenever you don't feel like going. You want respect, but you waste time gossiping, scrolling, and consuming distractions that make you weaker. And you wonder why nothing changes. Here's a fact. Your life is built on what you repeatedly focus on. If you focus on distractions, you will live a distracted life. If you focus on progress, you will live a successful life. There is no secret formula. There is no shortcut. You either dedicate your mind to your purpose, or you let the world dictate your fate. And if you choose the latter, don't complain when you wake up one day and realize you wasted your entire life chasing things that never mattered. So what's the solution? It's simple. Eliminate everything that weakens your focus. Cut it off completely. If it doesn't push you forward, it pulls you back. There is no neutral. Every action, every thought, every habit is either building you or destroying you. If you want to win, you must be ruthless. Stop engaging in nonsense. Stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. Stop allowing your mind to be hijacked by things that bring you zero value. Take back control. A man who controls his focus controls his destiny. The minute you make the decision to prioritize your mission above all else, your world shifts. You stop caring about distractions. You stop seeking validation. You stop letting weakness win. And when that happens, success becomes inevitable. Not possible, not likely, inevitable. Because a man who refuses to break focus cannot be stopped. And if you're reading this thinking, I don't know if I have that level of focus, let me tell you something. You do. You've just never been forced to use it. Every man has the ability to lock in completely, but most never do because comfort is easier. They settle for mediocrity because it requires no discipline, no sacrifice, no real effort. But deep down, you know you were meant for more. You know you weren't put on this earth to be another weak, distracted, easily replaceable nobody. You feel it, and that feeling, that's your wake-up call. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep wasting time, keep allowing yourself to be controlled, keep pretending you don't have the power to change? Or are you going to master your focus, take control of your mind, and start living like the man you were meant to be? The choice is yours, and every second you waste making that decision is a second stolen from the future you could have had. Wake up, lock in, stay focused, and never break. Nothing in this world is stopping you except you, not your past, not your circumstances, not other people. The only enemy you have is your own mind, and if you can conquer that, then nothing can stand in your way. So here's what you do. Right now you decide, no more half effort, no more someday. No more letting distractions control your destiny. You make the commitment to focus, to work, to grind, and to win. And once you make that decision, you never break it, because once you lock in, once you develop that laser focus, you become a machine. The type of man who cannot be stopped. The type of man who commands respect. The type